sports. It's in the game.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today we're here at Paracel Storm, located in the South China Sea. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on the course. Frank, looks like a bit of a war zone out there.
Interesting layout, Rich. 18 par threes ahead of us, and well, we're going to have to negotiate ourselves around there, hopefully with radio control, and we can fire when we're ready.
One of the most unusual courses in the world. Players hitting across islands, over buildings, and off an aircraft carrier. You couldn't ask for much more.
This is not for the faint of heart.
Now to the second hole, and Frank, I'd be happy to see something with just the normal amount of obstacles, say, a bunker, maybe a pond. Those would be rather benign compared to what we're seeing right here on this second hole.
Yeah, that's no love shack. That's a guard shack there on the right of the screen, just past that bridge. So this green well protected on that right side. Of course, water adorns this this island green, and tons of well, local fauna around the green. This is one green you do not want to miss.
Frank, this is a golf course that takes every bit of modern equipment, telecommunications, hardware to get the job done. Woods, irons, hybrids. I'll tell you this, the little Kevlar wouldn't hurt either.
Yeah, if you don't have that there today, you'll catch some flack.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par.
Yeah.
Frank, here at the fourth, there's an awful lot going on.
There certainly is. Solar panels, radar tower is up and ready to go, so it will confirm the landing on the other side if it's successful. This rather long par three around the 230-yard mark, so this is going to be all carry. Got to land that ball on the green. It will not run through that beach area. And, of course, the trees and the palm trees all the way around. If this isn't flighted properly, it will not find the destination.
Seems like too much for just one man. This looks like a job for an entire flight crew, Frank.
Well, Rich, we should dig ourselves a trench and see what happens.
This is mine, puppy.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Oh, do that! In the hole. Tremendous shot. This is the par 3 fifth, Frank. This one goes back towards that destroyer, which came out of nowhere just a few holes ago. Glad we didn't pick that tower.
Well, anything to the right, and you'll definitely be swimming. Actually, we'd have to bring in the Navy SEALs probably to get it up and down from there. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. These putts keep the round together.
How did that not go in?
Well, that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. Now at -2 for the day.
Darn it!
Up to the 6th tee, Frank, and we're back against that destroyer. You need to take it over that small island.
Yeah, this is a little village, too. And remember the double greens at St. Andrews? Well, this is a split double green. It's shared in amongst the village. Green on the right, very, very small. So this a very lengthy par 3. It's going to be a case of really ready aim driver for some.
Just a little offline, so now, Frank, he's going to have to deal with... Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Now on to the 7th, and Frank, this is, to say the least, a dangerous hole.
You've got to hit it across that retaining wall, or that protective barrier to stop the sand and the enemy coming in. Really, the green sets up nicely for the tee shot, but be wary. There might just be a minefield out there.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That will be a great look at birdie.
What?
Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Partner, look at that. Left here at the 8th hole. You and I could shoot a little hoop. You want to play a little donkey?
Yeah, it's very observant of you, Rich. Also, the barracks just up ahead that protect the left side of this green. So there's a lot of visual intimidation on this par 3. Follow the sandy trail, and there's green at the end.
That is superbly executed inside of 5 feet. Just a sensational approach shot. Playing some outstanding golf right now. That's another birdie and 5 under par. Frank finishing up now the front side in what so far has been a pretty heroic mission.
Well, there is a green down this end there, but you miss it on the right. There's the trenches, and of course, even further right is that seawall that provides a fortress for the beach on that right side. But the green, fortunately, inland and away from the trouble.
Well, this is impressive now. 6 under par and 2 straight birdies. Here
Yes.
we go at the 10th. We completed a successful front 9 mission, but more to go. Lots of obstacles on this back 9. Rich Lerner for EA Sports alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what are we looking at here at the 10th?
Rather short par 3. Anything that comes up woefully short, you'll be digging it out of the trenches. But the flag on the left side well away from the water. So this really not a par 3 that you should be concerned of getting into trouble unless you dally with some of those trees that are short and left.
How about this? This would be a 5th consecutive birdie.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
I mean, this is just an incredible round of golf. That is an 8th birdie on the card. Now at the 11th, and Frank, looking out over the expanse of this hole and really the entire golf course here at Paracel Storm, it's amazing because we're looking at a military playground, but at one time you have to remember this island was under siege.
Well, right now this is almost like an
I'll
obstacle
put that in
course
for hole in one.
One of the shortest par 3s on this golf course. Seawall once again protecting the beach side of the hole. Plenty of green there to the right side. That's a nice fat part of the green. Really, it shouldn't be a problem. Should be safely on deck.
Frank, it hit the green,
but
in the rough. Just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
Oh, you kidding me?
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow.
Are you
Almost
kidding me?
Fell within just a few inches of dropping. So they'll tap in. Well, it was bound to come to an end at some point. Drops just one shot after that terrific stretch of birdies. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest, I think.
Oh, without a
Chip
doubt,
and
that will
birdie.
be on the highlight reel later tonight.
Chip and
Excellent
birdie.
shot. Frank, this looks like a green where if things didn't go well, you might find yourself just walking around in a bit of a haze, maybe talking to an old volleyball that washed ashore.
It's almost like a booby trap, Rich. It looks way too easy after some of the other holes we've seen. I've got this sort of sneaking suspicion there's something out there. It just looks like a green, just perched up there with very little trouble around. That's got me thinking there might just be something out there.
Are you kidding
Oh, I thought
me?
he had that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Now to the 15th hole. Danger in the center of the green here, Frank.
Yeah, chance to ambush the player, really. All those trees, you never know what's going to jump out of there. And what we've seen the 6th hole at Riviera with the bunker in the middle, we now have a crop of trees.
Good, clean contact and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. Oh,
Nice
dude,
birdie
that.
putt.
16th hole now, Frank, here at Paracel Storm. 153 yards, little breeze here. This might be time for a nice low tracer.
Yeah, if you're running out of gas, you can always use the solar panels just to recharge. Green perched out, boulders to the right, beach to the right. In the bridge, well, you can always walk the plank later. Let's get this one safely on deck.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a
Birdie.
guarantee there after that shot.
Stacking them and racking them.
Birdie.
Now to the 17th hole, and as we come to the end of this round, you salute the players because they're out there carrying not only their golf clubs, but the med kits and the meal packs, because this is no ordinary golf course. You have to be on alert, high guard all the time.
Well, this is straight at it.
And it's a really good line. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, in the words
Another
of the late
birdie.
great baseball commentator for the
Birdie.
Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for holy cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. You can't ask for much more than that. About 5 feet away. Beautifully done. Boy, this would be nice. A 4th consecutive birdie. Heating up.
I'm running out of fingers.
Just an
Birdie.
amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, a
Minus
lot to
12.
like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.
Yeah, boy. Riff. Riff.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way. We are here at TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Rich Lerner, pleased
Why don't
as
Mom and
always
Dad
to be
just go
alongside
shopping
Frank
tomorrow?
Nobilo for EA Sports. set to bring you all the action. Frank, what are the keys to success around the stadium course?
Staying dry is one thing, Rich. Water is everywhere. It's tempting, it's punishing. And also remember, ever since this golf course was established back in 1980, we've seen every type of player win this, from the straight to the long. But the only common denominator out of all the champions that have graced this great golf course is nerve and the ability to finish.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Did the job right there.
Hard to start it
Now to
all
the
off.
second. Frank, what do you make of this hole?
Well, over the years, we've seen more and more people hitting 3-wood off this tee. And the 3-wood's normally easier to draw, and it doesn't run out down that right side.
Now this one's sweet, Frank. Super. Well, those are good numbers right there. 320. 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. And this is looking really good. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Settles in over the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, this game will drive
Are you
crazy.
kidding me?
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. So we started
2
with
pars
a
in
par
a
4,
row.
a par 5, and now the 177-yard par 3 third hole. Plenty of hazards here, Frank.
You really break this green up into 3 portions: front left, front right, and that back, just on top of the ridge.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Makes the putt. And
Minus
goes to
1,
under.
birdie.
Frank, how would you describe the bunker all along the right here at number 4?
Well, it looks like it never stops. It covers really the entire length of that tee shot down the right side.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Gosh dang it.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more
Are you
work than you had
kidding me?
hoped for, just to make the par. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, the golf course toughens up right here at the long par 4 fifth.
Yeah, when you play it off the back tee, 470 yards, it's nearly 320 yards to that last bunker down the left side. That really has to be in the back of your mind. The ideal tee shot, little left to right.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Frank, how'd he do there?
Yeah, not bad, just inside sort of 8 or 9 feet left.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, you can't make them all. You'd like to, but you can't.
Even par currently.
This ticking me
Workman-like
off.
hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 into 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. About 110 yards to the flagstick, and that's where the hole is, right at the bottom of it.
almost put that in.
Almost in. Nudge this one home, finish it up.
I got a
That's
birdie
one under on
again.
the day.
Finally.
Seventh hole here at TPC Sawgrass generally plays into the wind, one of the stadium course's most difficult greens to hit, Frank.
It's a really weird tee shot here. You have those three little pop bunkers down the right, and then that bunker that meanders once again all the way down the left side. The bunker that's just slightly right of the canal. Very awkward angle off the tee.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. And to generate some momentum here at the seventh hole. This for birdie.
Ooh, chance for birdie.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from three different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Oh,
yeah,
knocked it down for
Six
birdie.
left.
Oh, just eat that up.
Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 ninth?
It just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2. But you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Good news
Nope.
is, Frank, you can
I'm
see
in
the
the
golf
mulch.
ball. I guess the bad news is that's kind of an
Son
uncertain
of a
lie
gun.
in that mulch.
Yeah, there's nothing really good about that. You'd rather
I had
be
to
in
hit
the
it
rough.
around it, otherwise
Frank,
I'd
you hate to
keep
miss the green on a
going
par
back.
5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie,
More
but the hardest holes to
strokes.
make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down. Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt.
Oh, so
That had to
close.
really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey.
Darn it.
Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
No
Darn it.
fairway here. This one in that rough. Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have.
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through. But it's still the planning of the shot.
What
Once
the
again,
heck?
check short. Is there
I
anything
call
I have to
lag
carry?
on that.
And even, remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
These putts keep the round together.
Are you
Boy,
kidding
that
me?
hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, you know, we've seen it before, Rich. 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
Let's go to the 11th now. It's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back 9, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot, but really it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
Oh,
Frank,
that
it's
was on
our
the
job to
perfect
get
line,
excited.
too. Dang.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
So into red figures at 1 under. Here now, the 12th hole at the TPC Sawgrass. It's a 358-yard par 4, so short on the card, Frank, but obviously a challenge. What's the key here?
Once again, trying to find that right position on the fairway, and that's down the right side. Anything down the left, that mound is going to block your view.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Woo, almost put that
Part
in.
of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. And getting ready for the putt. He can't believe it. Thought it was
Get in there.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13, par 3, is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch a ball roll all over this green and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
Hey, that's nice. How about a fistful of birdies? And through the years, Frank, it has gotten the best of the best, hasn't it?
We've seen Tiger Woods hit it left. We've seen Vijay Singh hit it left. We've seen so many players in the water down the left. Conversely, many a championship's been lost by hitting the ball up in the mounds on the right.
You take 4 here and run the 15?
I would sprint.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards, just crushed in the fairway. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie. That's the cruelest thing about this game, Rich. I mean, it's just now it's another shot.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. If you're just joining us, we're at the 15th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. 449-yard par 4. Frank, what's in store here?
One of the prettiest tee shots on the golf course, Rich. Once again, you're coming out of a chute of trees. Big bunker down the right side. Really, you want to hug that right side, though. It gives you a better entry into this green.
Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there. About 315 yards. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, a couple different ways to watch golf as a fan. You could follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you can park yourself in one spot. I think one of the better ones is the hill behind the 17th at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction to the fans is so different. If you followed that player the whole way around, you lived and died on every shot he's hit. Meanwhile, if you're stuck at a hole, you want to see some tragedy, you want to see some great shots, and consequently you get that divergence of different type of fan.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Not looking good, Frank.
Darn it.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for. This has to go in the hazard.
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Has to regroup, playing his 5th shot after hitting it in the water.
Yeah, it's not all lost.
Thank goodness, Frank, back on dry land here.
As long as this one avoids it.
Number 7, and nothing lucky about this one, Frank, after hitting it in the water.
Really starting to get away.
That ball is lost in the water. Now the 9th shot after the last one found the drink.
Yeah, when this is all over, might want to jump in that water.